welcome back to Consultant's Corner. I'm Rebecca Brizzi. This is my corner. I am a consultant. We're discussing today 5 essentials for your live streaming events. Perhaps you say, I don't do live streaming. I don't do live events. Ergo, not of relevance to me. But I say to you, are you doing webinars? Webinars are live streamed events. Anything you do online, on Zoom, or whatever platform you are using is a live streamed event. It is not enough to have Zoom or an equivalent platform and show up and speak. There are some basic best practices, often learned the hard way. Here are some that I can share with you. Number 1, and perhaps the most often overlooked, get somebody to manage this for you. On any live event, there should be a minimum of 2 people as hosts. If there is a person presenting, there should be somebody else there to do all the platform administration. That is making sure that people are on mute if that option is available. Checking and keeping an eye on the chat or Q&A box. Responding to any technical issues that attendees might be having. Dealing with any technical issues that the presenter might be having so that the presenter can just keep talking and not have to interrupt, or vice versa. What if the presenter suddenly loses connection? Well, you've got an admin in there that has a backup copy of the slides or something that they can do to fill the space. Have at least 2 people in there, somebody who is at all times responsible for everything that is going on around the presentation. Test everything. Test your audio, test your connections, test all your settings, learn how to screen share before the live event. What are all the things you want to do? If you're going to be encouraging people to use chat or polls or Q&As, make sure that you've run a test beforehand so you know how they work from your end. And you know what to expect, and you can instruct the attendees on how to make things work. Make sure that your audio is good. Record yourself in advance with the exact same setup, mic, headphones, setting, computer, all the same tools that you will be using in the live event. I have been noticing more and more people who don't want to use or seem to want to use a headset of this sort and speak just using their computer mic. That picks up a lot of background noise and it makes the audio very often sound a little muffled. If that's what you want to do, then test that audio and then test yourself with a mic, with whatever you have available. Note the difference, pick the better one. Also make sure that you have the connection and bandwidth that you need. Note that, for example, if you're going to do a custom or a virtual background, that's going to slow things down for you. Pay attention to these things, run your tests beforehand. Next to testing is practicing. Practice everything. Practice your timing and your delivery. Even if you're used to doing these things in person, it is different doing it virtually. Make sure that you do practice. Practice how you look, how you sound. Are you filling up the screen, or at least the part of your screen that you're in? Even if you're doing a screen share, you're in that video window or box somewhere. Make sure that you're not in there like this or like this. Try to take up as much of that space as you can. Practice your delivery. Are you comfortable managing a slideshow or presentation and being on video at the same time? Do you know where you need to click to do that? Do you need your notes? Do you have a presenter's view of whatever platform you're using? Most platforms offer this. Google Drive, Keynote in Apple, I'm sure PowerPoint does the same, where you can present in presenter view. It gives you 2 windows, the one that you share, which is just the slide, and then the one for the presenter, which includes the notes. Practice all of that, find out what you're comfortable doing, what is going to give the best experience. Unify all of your branding. Make everything look consistent. If it is just you presenting this event, then remember that whatever you do to advertise the event, whether it's an email, a web page, there will be a landing page for people to register. If you've got flyers, whatever you might have, make it all look the same as the actual event. Same colors, same fonts. If you're using a logo, a photo, an image of some sort, make sure it's the same one. If there's a photo of you, which there should be, it should be the same photo that you have on your Zoom or equivalent profile. People are going to see that. Assume that they will, because something might go wrong. I mean, you just want to make sure that everything has got its backup plan. If you are doing the event in conjunction with somebody else, they have their branding, you have yours, then however you decide to make this look, Be consistent with it. Have the same presence everywhere. This is important not just for everything you do before the event, but in the event. Your slides should be consistent with whatever design you had before. And think about what that means for the way you present yourself. Depending on what platform you're using, if you do have something that allows a bit more sophistication, shall we say, than Zoom, it might allow you to put a banner in the bottom or your logo hovering somewhere. Use the same elements. And in fact, if you're using a platform that allows you to do any of that, do it. It looks professional, it looks consistent, it looks good. And this is the fifth, but it is the most important, which is to invite interaction. Invite the comments. When you're doing a live event, you want people to interact. You can record the event and anybody can listen to it afterwards, but you do actually want to encourage people to come to the live event. There's a lot more value in it for you. You have to make sure that there's a lot more value in it for them. If you think about the way YouTube Live works, there's that comments section that's always open and people are putting comments in, and it's really exciting to see people putting comments in, and whoever is speaking can respond to those comments. You want to create that same atmosphere in your webinar, in whatever live thing you are streaming. What are you doing to invite the comments? Are you putting questions out there? Are you saying controversial things? Are you getting people thinking? What are you doing to invite the interaction? Things that I like to do is to invite very simple interaction, make it easy for people. Say on a scale of 1 to 5, how important is this to you, or how difficult is this for you? Or maybe you are polling or asking the difference between two things. And so you can say, if you're of opinion A, then put A in the chat box. And if you think it's rather opinion B, put B in the chat box. If you're undecided, put a 0. Invite people to do quick, simple tasks that don't require a lot of thought. Once they've interacted once with your chat box, it'll be easier to do it a second and a third time. So make it easy for them, invite them to interact with you, get people working with you, make them part of your presentation. For people who watch the recording, they will wish that they had been there live, and next time they will be. And your bonus tip is get a professional to do it all. Everything I've just said. Hire a professional. Hiring a professional is a cost outlay, it's an investment. So of course I realize that there are events in which it is not going to be worth the return to do that. What I do want you to do, however, is to remember to think about all of these as live events. The longer, the broader the audience, the more complex, the more people involved, all of those things as they accumulate reinforce the need for hiring a professional. There are people out there who specialize in this. I know several people who specialize in different parts of live events, whether it is the admin and monitoring in the background, videographers who are doing live events and who can do all of that tech setup for you, and including the branding and all the visuals, etc. So your bonus tip is, the bigger the consequence of the event, the more you want to consider hiring a professional to just do it all for you. You get to just show up, be smart, and wow all of your audience. What else are you doing though to attract your audience right now? And what do you want to hear about in relation to those efforts that you're making? Or if you've got too many ideas and don't know where to start, or not enough ideas and can't get started, let me know that too. Let's find new ways for you to connect with your audience together. I do these videos amongst other things to share experience and knowledge, to keep myself sharp because I always have to think of something to say, but of course also to advertise my own content, my online courses, the links for which you will find in the description of the video below as always. And I will see you back here at the next video. Bye now. Ooh.